My name is Demetria. Today is September 17th, 2017, and it marks exactly 2 years since my Grandma Cleo passed away from Alzheimer's. Last year in my English class, I had to write an essay on Alzheimer's, and today I'd like to share it with all of you in her memory. There's this disease called Alzheimer's that makes those who have it forget everything from whether they've already asked a question to their own name. This condition takes a tremendous toll on the brain as well as the family members of the patient. Currently, no cure for Alzheimer's has been discovered, so millions of people are forgetting the lives they once lived. Some have argued that in 2009, Congress authorized funding for Alzheimer's-related research at the National Institutes of Health of $31 billion. However, it is 2017, and this money has not gotten researchers close enough to solve the mystery behind such a complex disease. Therefore, funding for research towards Alzheimer's disease should be increased. In 2009, between 2.4 million and 4.5 million people in the United States supposedly had Alzheimer's, as it is only diagnosable by brain autopsy. The amount of patients with Alzheimer's doubles for every 5-year interval beyond age 65, and it affects about half the population over age 85. The illness involves the consuming of memory, the destroying of thinking skills, and the forgetting of virtually everything. Victims' brains gradually lose connections between nerve cells, or neurons, which no longer allows everyday functions to be attained for use. Patients tend to pass away within an average of 4 to 6 years once Alzheimer's is detected, although the duration of the disease can be as long as 20 years. As a result, families in 2008 who were taking care of an Alzheimer's patient accumulated a total of 8.5 billion work hours, valued at some $94 billion just for taking care of someone they love. My grandma had Alzheimer's. Since the day she asked me how I was doing more than once within the hour, it was a downhill slope. She started simply with dementia, which is a warning disease that makes your cognitive functions gradually decline. How sad it is that her life was ruined by a disease that is but a few letters from my name. My grandma's dementia began when I was in elementary school, and it wasn't that big of a deal until my family noticed how it slowly grew worse. I have yet to discover something more heartbreaking than having to explain to your grandma who you are. As her memory went, her ability to walk and speak sensibly went with it. Dancing, socializing, and playing cards were all activities that she loved, but was no longer able to do so. Visits to my grandparents' house were something I greatly enjoyed, but they were getting much harder. If only I knew. She was falling, she was getting aggressive, and most of all, she was forgetting. At a point, the only thing left for my family to do was move her into a home for those with Alzheimer's. I cannot believe there was a time I said goodbye to my grandma, and I didn't know it was the last time I'd hear her voice. I miss her smile. No matter what was going on in life, her smile could make anyone instantly happy. The only goal within my family at her new home was to make her laugh, smile, or just somehow respond. Unfortunately, as time passed, the most you could do was sit, hold her hand, and tell her what you've been up to. September 2015 was rough. I think she wanted me to start high school before she let the Alzheimer's win one last time. The 17th was my final visit to the home for those with Alzheimer's. I was there as soon as school had ended, but after a long day, I fell asleep. I woke up, I looked at my mom, and I knew. To those who do not have a relative with Alzheimer's, you are truly lucky. And to those who have a relative with Alzheimer's, I know how difficult it can be. Everyone must understand that there is something you can do, whether it's visiting someone with Alzheimer's to make their day a little better, or simply just donating to the funding for research. If it was someone you loved tremendously who had Alzheimer's, wouldn't you want to find a cure too? This disease may make those who have it forget everything they once loved, but that does not mean that Alzheimer's should ever be forgotten. Grandma, I love you so much, and I miss you every day. And I really hope that this will help spread the word about what you had to go through.
Grandma. Say hi.
Hi. Video, Mom.
Video. took the supermarket flowers from the windowsill, threw the day-old tea from the cup, packed up the photo album Matthew had made, memories of a life that's been loved.